Okay. I'll ask you questions now.
Yeah, that's okay.
What was your job before you left for the service?
I was in the piano business. Salesman of glass, repairman and tuner before.
And did you get drafted or did you volunteer?
I was drafted.
And how old were you when you left for the service?
I went in when I was 28 years old.
And were any other men in your area in the service?
Oh yes, there's quite a few from Minneapolis. I was at Minneapolis at the time.
And how about any of your relatives? Were any of your relatives in the service?
Well, let's see. I've got relatives that were in the service, but not in World War I, that I recall.
And where did you get your basic training?
At Camp Wadsworth, South Carolina.
And what section of the armed forces were you in?
I was in the Company G, 53rd Infantry of the 6th Division.
And how long were you in basic training?
Oh, about 6 weeks.
And what all did they teach you in basic training?
How?
What did they teach you in basic training?
Well, handling a rifle and squad formation and company formations and the likes of that, and then they had us on the rifle range also.
And where did the Army locate you?
You mean overseas?
Yeah.
Well, we was taken from New York on the battleship Kashmir, and we crossed the Atlantic and come up north of Ireland, down the Ireland coast to the Clyde River of Scotland. And we went in the Clyde and got off at what the name of that town was, I don't remember now. Anyway, it was a Scottish town. And we was there for a few days, and then we was transferred over into England. And we were in England probably a week, 10 days, under the rationing and all that of England, and believe me, that wasn't so good as old USA. Well, then we went on to cross the English Channel, and we hadn't been fed very good by the English, so we were pretty doggone hungry, and they came with reserve rations and told us we couldn't eat that until we got out into the ocean there, you know. So it didn't take long. This guy started opening up the cans, and we were eating, and then when we were traveling across the English Channel there, why then the boat started to rock, you know. I went to work and sneaked down in the back end by the propeller, which I wasn't supposed to do. But I knew that the thing was the steadiest there, so I went down there. And the next morning when I got up, that was the dirtiest mess I ever saw in my life. Those guys have been eating all that reserve ration, and they got sick. And that deck was just literally covered with throwing up. And then we landed in France, and there we was trained for some time. And then from there, we went up on the up in the Vosges Mountains, and was on the Vosges front for 49 days. And we lost a few men. I patrolled no man's land for 17 nights with a squad of men. I never lost a man. We killed a few, of course, but as far as losing a man, I didn't lose a man.
What was your rank?
Huh?
Your rank?
My rank at the time was acting sergeant. our captain was awfully slow. He'd put us in as acting sergeant or something like that, you know, but he'd never give us the full rank, until putting at the end of the war. Well, anyway, from the Bose sector, we went to the Argonne. And on our way to the Argonne, why, they went to work and took, I think it was 6 men out of the company and sent us to the officers' training school in Camp La Belle-Bondy, France. We were being trained as officers for the spring drive. That was the intentions. I was also on special duty with the company as a Secret Service man. On my discharge paper it says Special Service. So I was in the Secret Service as well, and then after the war was all over, we of course got back to the old company. And then I trained for a little while, but I was so far ahead of the boys in the training that they just took me off in it. And I taught school, and then I was on the Secret Service work. And the captain met the general one day, and one of the boys that was with me happened to be standing near, and the captain says to the colonel, "There goes the guy with more guts on both ends of the rifle than any man in the outfit." And that was supposed to be me, see. Well, when I went to the officers' training school, why, there was about 17 men that was really associated with me on the Bose sector on the front line, and they all come and bid me farewell, hoping that I'd come back and be their officer. They said they'd rather follow me than any officer in the outfit. So then I taught school after the armistice, and that was in arithmetic and reading and spelling and geography. And then of course I was on Secret Service.
Well, did you command any men?
Did I command any men?
Yeah.
Well, I took charge. I took a lieutenant's place sometimes. But I was only an acting man, don't you see? I was acting lieutenant.
Yeah.
When I was acting sergeant, and so on. I don't know why he never wanted to go to work and promote us. Whether it was on account of the salary would be increased or what, I don't know.
Well, what kind of fighting did you see?
Oh, we had regular skirmish, hand-to-hand fighting with bayonets and trench knives. I struck one man with a bayonet, and another one come at me, and I couldn't get a hold of my bayonet or my trench knife. So I slugged him with my fist, and I knocked him senseless, and then I got him. That was the closest call that I had of getting killed.
Well, did anyone ever use gas around there?
Oh yeah, but we were awful fortunate on, we lost very few men on gas, but there was a lot of men that got gas, but the company that I was with, we were awfully lucky. We didn't get much of that. So we were really fortunate.